Welcome to Digital Guardian's latest video installment. I'm Bill Bradley, here today with Tony Themelis, VP of Product Strategy. Tony works closely with our customers to map product strategy to their evolving needs. A common view is that you have to nail down the policies with all the business stakeholders before you deploy the technology. What do you think?
So think about a company that's a multinational that has many business units. It has many different types of data, and it operates in many different countries. Trying to put a policy in place for a company like that is very complex and probably impossible. So one of the things that we really recommend is use the visibility to go to individual business units and data owners and actually show them, educate them as to how data is being put at risk. And one of the things, obviously, is at some point in time, you do look at classifying data. So you do look at things like how much of my data has credit card numbers, or how much of it is CAD drawings or Outlook PST files, for example. But once you figure out what the data types are and you figure out how that data is being used and where it's being moved, you can start putting simple policies in place, and those policies can be used to control and mitigate the risk of data loss.
Okay, another big one is that most analysts recommend a sophisticated framework with a half dozen stages broken down into multiple projects executed over 12 to 18 months or even longer. How would you suggest companies make this more manageable?
Right. So if you take the approach that we were just discussing a moment ago, where you put the software out there, you learn, observe what people are doing, essentially we call that insight. And there's really only three phases that we would recommend, the first one being the one of insight. And we just spoke about that. You learn about where the risks are, what the data types are. And then the next thing you do is if you consider your users as being part of the information security process, one of the things that you want to do is educate them. So that's really the second part of the process is how do you educate the users in real time to act in a risk-appropriate way? So for example, the moment that somebody is sending an email to themselves via their Gmail account, probably just so that they can work at home, maybe you warn them that it's a risky action because company data is going to end up in a Gmail server somewhere, and you suggest alternatives. And that's a very powerful way to change the behavior of users in real time to act in a risk-appropriate way without necessarily blocking a business process.
Thank you for joining us today, and please visit digitalguardian.com for future videos.